Hey Soul Babes, welcome to the Essence Podcast. In this week's episode, we're talking magic. Magic is a supernatural word. It feels mystical. It feels like a rabbit being pulled out of a hat. It feels like a witch making her potions. And it feels like Walt Disney catering to our inner child's imagination. However we perceive magic, we understand there's an energy that gives the illusion that things can appear out of nowhere, giving us this feeling of joy and curiosity that illuminates us with wonder. Creating your life is magic, and you are the magician, the witch, the Walt Disney, and the mystic energy. An underlying layer of what creates the illusion of magic is our intention and our attention. It is through the lens you choose to see through that makes the difference between whether you can see the magic or not. So let's get into discussing how you have the potential to use your magic with intention and attention to create your reality.
In your divine essence you shine. In your divine essence you thrive. I'm your host, Riss, and you're listening to Essence Podcast.
Have you ever experienced a partner that brought you so much pleasure, or a group of friends that made you feel alive? Maybe it was wild nights on the weekends and weekdays, or just a moment in time that made you feel on top of the world. At some point in your life, your magic was at its peak, effortlessly and flow with the wonders that would appear. You allowed yourself to create unforgettable moments in time. You allowed life to guide you, to dance with you, and to move through you. You had the power to make life happen. So if you come back to these feel-good experiences, where were you at mentally, emotionally, physically, and possibly spiritually, observing who were the people, places, and things that occupied what you considered to be one of your best moments? Can you pinpoint the energetic feelings it brought you? Was it youth? Was it freedom? Was it excitement? Was it thrill? Was it love? What made you feel alive? What was the feeling that made you believe those were the best moments of your life? In our youth, many of these magical experiences end with a life lesson. And because we're just learning how to use our magic, many of these life lessons turn into hurt feelings, resentments, and negative thoughts. Just as much as we get to experience the highs of life, along comes the lows. And if it's our first time flying and we hit the ground, we might have a hard time getting back up. If we begin to notice, how did these feel-good moments end? Was it healthy for you to have continued down the path? Maybe that person, place, or thing was getting messy. Maybe you were getting too attached. Or maybe you ended up getting hurt by it. We tend to forget that life moves in cycles. What comes up must come down. The natural flow of life and death doesn't only happen in physical form. It happens in everything we experience. It happens in our relationships, in our environment, and within ourselves. After we begin to experience the fall from flying, we may start to use our magic to create an illusion of never getting hurt or filling our mind up with doubt that life can never be that great again. Our youthfulness begins to dissipate, and many of us lose our magic because life happens. The curiosities, the adventures, the fantasies slowly begin to fade away as we start to see the world through a different lens. This is where the adult version of you begins to create the illusions that life is work, bills, reminiscing on the past, and doing our best to not get hurt. We tend to let our downers get the best of us. Once we experience the sting of a breakup, having no money, working a horrible job, or having poor health, we focus our attention on the heavier emotions and subconsciously allow ourselves to identify with the experience. Our word is our wand. And the magic we use is our intention and attention. That starts with what we think and what we say about ourselves. So when you're still dwelling on the heavy breakup you had, let's say a year ago, replaying the way Rico Suave did you wrong, you start to find Rico Suave in every man you try to date. Because if you can find Rico Suave in these men, you have the upper hand of never being fooled again. Every moment you are writing your story, and a majority of the time we are copying and pasting the next page to look identically like the last one. Your thoughts keep affirming your negative beliefs, and now your intention and attention is to survive. The misery part, the pain, the loss, the sadness is something we all try to avoid for some reason. Maybe it's because we have a hard time tolerating these deep emotions. Maybe it's because we're attached to only wanting to feel happiness, love, and pleasure. But pain, loss, and sadness is inevitable. You may desire a lover, but you believe men are trash. You confuse the universe because you're saying, I have hope there's a man who will love me. But at your core, you are radiating the pain, believing that men are trash. You get stuck because you haven't done the most important step. And there's a part of you in your energetic field that is feeling pain from incidents where men have mistreated you. At this point, your lower emotions have already programmed you by default to believe men will never be worthy of your time or your love. To use your magic to create more of life, you must be willing to rewire your mind and body to let go of the old stories and scripts you are constantly reading and saying about yourself and about your life. Basically, it's reevaluating your life thus far. There's something in your story that made you put the brakes on your life, telling you, we can't go that way. You remember what happened last time? Yeah, we can't end up here again. There's a subconscious belief you may have forgotten about that you're attached to. It takes rewiring your mind and body to operate as a vehicle to move your soul towards what brings you joy, love, freedom, money, travel, and so much more. It's when you begin to reconnect to your light, to your soul, to your essence, you see the magic. So the magic trick here is that where intention goes, energy flows. Your feelings and your thoughts drive your next experience. You must be willing to think greater than what you're feeling now. Become aware of what you're saying and take note of your desires. Is what you're saying matching what you're feeling? Or is there still a part of you that is not fully believing what you desire could be true? If you're doubting your magic, start with the mentality, fake it till you make it. Which for me translates into believe in yourself until you are that version of yourself. Learning how to become the magician, turning lead into gold, is one of the most valuable things you can learn. Life is always moving, and to make sure you're moving with life, you must be willing to let your story move with you. Your mind and your body will get stuck if you do not take the time to experience the lows. Emotionally begin to train your mind and body to find healthy outlets to express itself. Our energy tends to get trapped because our mind gives our stories way too much attention. So give yourself the time and space to sit with your emotions as they arise. Every emotion you have is valid, including anger, resentment, fear, stress, and pain. These emotions are seeking your attention. They want to be seen and to be loved. These emotions are also telling you that there is something bothering you in your exterior world. When you're able to express your emotions by speaking to a therapist or to someone you know who is able to hold space for you, you're beginning the healing process. And if you have no one to talk to or you're starting to feel like a broken record, you can also pour your thoughts onto the pages of a journal. The next way to let go of these lower emotions is to release the energy out of your body through dancing, moving, exercising, swimming, running. The energy gets stuck in our lower 3 chakras, our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus, which are considered our survival energy centers. Remember, your mind and your body are the vehicle for your soul. And when you transmute this energy into love, into contentment, into forgiveness, you are freeing yourself. You are making room and space for more. Earth is your classroom, so let yourself find the silver linings in each lesson. There's a reason why you were given that moment in time to feel on top of the world, or that moment where you were able to explore and know what pleasure felt like through Rico Suave. And there is also a reason why it ended. Because at the end of the day, there's wisdom to gain and more life to live. The magician knows that there will be bad days just as much as there are good ones. But the magician's trick is to simply choose the illusion it wants to see. When you begin to shift your intention and attention to what makes your heart smile, magic happens. At this time, soul babe, I would love for you to place your hand on your heart and on your stomach. And if you can, close your eyes to repeat affirmations with me. We'll begin by taking a deep breath in through our nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. 2 more times, breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. Last time, breathing in. Exhaling out. Beautiful. Now I'd like for you to repeat these affirmations with me. I accept my past. I transmute energy that is not allowing my story to move forward. I am the magician, and I use my magic to create my life. Lovely. Thank you so much, Soul Babe, for watching this episode. If you want to learn more ways to be in your essence by creating and healing, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Essence of Riss. Also, I would love to hear your feedback on what you think about this episode, so be sure to share anything that resonates with you. Until next time, mahalo, Soul Babes.